Let's begin, shall we? 35 incredible cooking hacks. Now for this first hack, we're just going to take some granite seeds or pulp or whatever you call these, put them inside a Ziploc bag and just crush it with your hand. And this is a DIY way to make juice without a juicer. So if you can't afford a juicer, try this. Just cut a little snip off the corner and you can squeeze out your juice. Now you can do this with a couple other things, but just give it a try and make some juice without a juicer. Sweet. Next one. Hack number 2. Okay, take an egg, pop it into a bowl, and now suck it out with an empty bottle of water. And this is a great way to just separate whites and yolks. Now you've probably seen this one before. It's pretty known on the internet. But anyway, we need to fill this video up with hacks. Okay, so this is the third hack. Now, for this one, we're just going to take a chip packet and we're just going to do this origami folding technique. And this way, you don't need pincers. So you don't need to clamp it shut with a clothespin or anything like that. You just use the bag itself. Isn't that awesome? Okay, next one. We're going a bit too fast here. Let's slow this down. Coffee, we're putting it into an ice tray and we're going to freeze it. Now, why would we do that? Well, it's hot, it's summer. We want to have a fresh drink. We don't want to have hot coffee. We want to have a nice cold coffee latte. And this here is your solution for a nice cool summer drink, but still caffeinated. Perfect for summer, as it says on screen right now. Okay, give it a little stir and let's move on to the next hack. Number 4, I believe we're at. Okay, so here we're going to take a bowl and put another smaller bowl on the inside and put chips on the outside. Now this is a perfect party trick if you want to just have a bowl with dip and chips at the same time so you don't lose track of one or the other. Perfect parties, people will enjoy this. Super. Okay, next hack. Now, here we're taking some red cabbage, we're just going to blend it. And then we're taking an egg and we're just going to separate the yolk from the white without the trick that we showed at the start because, you know, just trying to show normal way. Don't know why. Anyway, take that juice from that red cabbage and just mix it with the white. And there we go, we got this sort of blue color. And then if you add a little bit of lemon juice, what happens is it adds acid and it makes the pH difference, so it changes like that thing you learned in school about the litmus test thing. Now, place the 2 different kinds into a pan with some oil, start cooking it, put the yolks back in, and look at that. Isn't this freaking crazy? You got some multicolored radioactive looking egg. All right, next trick. We're taking some potatoes, we're putting them into a pot. We're going to boil them, still not sure why. Let's pull it out. Okay, it looks about cooked. And now we're just going to score them. So take a knife and just go around the circumference of your potato with a knife. And then let it cool down a bit. Maybe pop it in an ice bath so you can handle them easier. Probably should have done that before the cutting. And once they're nice and cold to handle, you can just pull off the skin. Isn't that awesome? And you're not wasting any potato. So when you normally peel, you lose a lot of potato. Here's just the layer of skin. And then you continue cooking it, do whatever you want, make mash. Now, next hack. Okay, here we've got a glass of water. We're popping in a little egg into it. What are we gonna do with this? I don't know. Do you think we're gonna mix it? Probably not. Okay, put a plate on top. Then we're gonna pop this into the microwave. Why? Well, pay attention. Just turn the microwave on for 50 seconds or so. And then boom, we got a poached egg. Wasn't that easy? Much less hassle than putting an egg into stirring water and hoping it stays together, isn't it? Okay, enjoy that. Now, let's take a piece of burger meat and we're just going to place a little ring into it. Remove the center for some reason. I'm not sure why yet, that looks like it's sticking to the board. Let's place that sticky meat ring into a pan. Start cooking it a little bit and then flip it over. Looks about like it's getting cooked and boom, throw an egg in the middle of that. Why? Well, we got a burger with a core of egg. Now put some cheese over it, pop this into a burger patty. No wait, yeah, burger bun. God, what am I saying? Anyway, look at that juicy middle. Isn't that like something you just want to eat? I do. Anyway, next hack. We can't put our big poor hand into the Pringles packet to get our Pringles out. Put a little piece of paper in like that with a fold and then just pull your Pringles out. And now you can just enjoy your Pringles without trying to struggle getting that hand into there. Unless you've got small hands, then you're probably confused what this is for. Now, biscuits. Put some biscuits on some aluminium foil, add a little marshmallow, and then we're going to add another biscuit on top. Yes, we are. Okay, and once you've added all the biscuits on top, then you pop this into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. Becomes a little bit mushy, and look at that, marshmallow biscuits. It's like having a campfire but not really having one. All right, now we're going to preserve some food. Now we're going to put some food into a Ziploc bag, and you can see there's air in there, and that's what makes your food go off. So what do? We put the Ziploc bag in water, it pushes it together and pushes all the air out. Then we close it, and look at that, it's like vacuum sealed. It's like there's no air in there, and it'll last much longer. Obviously you can do this with meat or something else. Carrots don't really need to be preserved like that. That's just an example. Now, next trick. Let's take an egg, and again separate it without using the method I showed at the start of this video. And just add some herbs, in this case dill, and a little bit of cheese, mozzarella, grated mozzarella, not really your fresh mozzarella, but you know, some people might not say that's mozzarella, it doesn't really matter. It's still mozzarella to me. Now, place that into a pan with a little bit of butter, and then we place that yolk back on top, and we got this fried egg that is infused with cheese and herbs, but it still has a runny egg yolk, which is just awesome. Now, next trick, we got a piece of bread. We're going to put a piece of round mortadella on top, and it didn't fit, so we're gonna cut that into halves, and this way we have no gaps. Isn't that great? Bet you didn't know that one. Now, moving on. Beetroot. Put beetroot into a blender thingy and just turn it on until you got a beetrooty puree paste. And then we're going to separate an egg yolk, again using not the method I showed at the start because this video is whack, and add some of that beetroot juice, a little tablespoon of vinegar, and a little bit of salt. And then we're going to give that a little mix. Okay, we got some sort of magic potion made of egg whites. We're going to remove that foam away, just because it probably interferes with cooking. And then we take this blood red egg white, and we're going to place it into a heart-shaped aluminium foil thing, and we're going to put the egg yolk back in. And I guess this is for Valentine's Day, so you can impress your loved one. Give that a try, make heart-shaped bread, and they'll probably be impressed. Now, next one. This butter is really hard. It's probably been in the freezer or fridge. Put a hot glass on top that you've heated with some water, and then it will be softer. So that will save you some time, hopefully, and not ruin your soft bread when you try to spread it across. Now, removing the skin from carrots, let's grate it off with a washing metal wire rack thing. I don't know what you call that thing, but it's like a sponge made of metal, and that removes it. Okay, next hack. Separating egg yolks once again with the shell and not the bottle of water that I showed before. Put some herbs in, that's some albahaca or basil in English. And then we're going to add some grated mozzarella cheese again, which is not fresh mozzarella. I know some people don't consider it mozzarella. Give it a little mix. And then we're going to take some oil and just put it on some cling film, put that in a bowl, and then we're going to drop half of that mixture into it. The oil is just so it doesn't stick. Then we're going to place an egg yolk in there, and then we're going to cover the top with the mixture. And we've made like a little bag of egg with herbs and cheese and a yolk. We're going to place this into water, and we're going to have a poached egg with herbs and cheese. Isn't that just strange and magical? Okay, next one. Ice. Putting it into a drink, some wine probably. It's okay, but you're going to dilute your wine. So take some grapes, put them in the freezer, and then you can have frozen grapes with wine, and your wine doesn't get watered down. Unless you like watered down wine, then this is probably a useless hack for you. But this can also work with other fruits and other soft drinks or whatever. Okay, next hack. We're going to take some pancake mix, put it onto a pan, and then once it starts to cook a little bit, put a little popsicle stick on it, and then flip it over, and you guessed it, we got lollipop pancakes. Isn't that cool? That's something you probably don't see every day. That's a completely different way to make your pancakes. Now you can put some honey over it like this, or some maple syrup, whatever you want. Okay, a wine cork. What can we use this for? Let's cut halfway into it, and then we'll see. That seems like it can clamp something. Maybe take a bag, roll it over, and instead of using clothespin, you just use one of these. Isn't that a great way to use something you would throw away? Sweet, now you don't need to buy clothespins. Next hack now. Okay, good for cutting eggs. This is your cutting device that you usually use to cut soft-boiled or hard-boiled eggs. That's great, but what else can it do? So here we can put something small like a strawberry, and we can cut it straight away into slices. Put a bit more pressure and boom, we got sliced strawberry in one action. What else could we do? Maybe a mushroom. Let's pop a little mushroom, see how that goes. Maybe hold the stem and press down, and yes, we have a successful cut. There we go. Two great things you can do with one of those cutting devices. I hope you have one at home, otherwise it's completely useless for you. Also, anyway, let's move on to the next hack. Here we go. We got an egg. We're putting some vinegar onto it, and we're gonna leave it for 24 hours, and then it becomes a bouncy egg. That's right, an egg that bounces. Now that's a complete waste of food because you probably can't eat it, but it was fun, wasn't it? Okay, moving on to the next one. We're gonna take a piece of white loaf of bread. We're going to take a glass and just cut a circle into it. Then we're gonna cut another heart with it, with a heart punch shaped thingy. That's great. Now we've got a beautiful bread with a heart punch in it. Put some jam on the other side, and boom, we got something that you can give for Valentine's Day or to anyone you love, or some anniversary or something for breakfast, and make a beautiful breakfast in bed for them. Isn't that sweet? Now, moving on to the next one. We've got this sausage, and we're just going to cut it in half, but leave a little bit at the end and just turn it into a heart shape. Now this you can use with your breakfast in bed heart breads, and you can make this sausage egg. So let's put this into a pan, and once it starts to cook a little bit and it gets hot, then we drop an egg into it like this. And there we go. Sweet. Now it does leak out the side a little bit, but once it's done, you got this sausage egg heart-shaped thing that you can put on bread, which will also be beautiful for Valentine's Day. Now, Nutella. I love Nutella, but there's always some left inside the jar, and it's hard to get it out. Put some hot milk in there, put the lid on it, and then just give it a good shake. And what this does is we're going to create a nice little chocolate milkshake with Nutella and hot milk. So here you can just pour it into a glass, and there we go. We've used the last little bits of Nutella without having to get in there with a spoon or a knife and just take ages to get nothing. Now, a plate. We're going to put some oil onto it, and then we're going to place an egg. And I guess you won't know what's coming next. We're going to punch a small hole with a knife, and then we're going to pop this in the microwave. We're going to turn that microwave on for 45 seconds, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you can make a sunny side up egg in the microwave. And there you go. All right. Okay, for this next hack, we're going to take a lemon and we're going to cut a little bit off the top, and then we use the bit that we're going to cut, so a slice. And then to preserve the lemon, we're going to place a little toothpick into the top and put it into the lemon. This way we can keep our lemon for longer, better, fresher, without it being exposed to oxygen and getting off quicker. Now, this next hack, we're going to take a sausage and we're going to place a skewer through it all the way through, and then we're going to take a knife and we're going to start cutting at the top and go turning around and going down across the length of the sausage. And what this is going to do is we're going to get a very special looking hot dog sausage that's got a swirl cut, which is interesting to look at, and sauce can get in between. Now once you spread it out, place it into a pan with some oil, cook it, and look at that, we've got this spectacular hot dog sausage. Now you can place your ketchup into it and it goes through it, and it's interesting and just tasty. Enjoy that. Now, again with the sausages, let's take another sausage and cut it in half. And then we're going to cut into it until the halfway mark, all the way across, little slices just like that. And we go all the way around, and then we connect the two ends with a toothpick, just like this. And then we're going to place this into a pan, just like we did with the heart-shaped sausage egg thing. And we're going to place an egg into the middle of this one too. So once it starts to cook, pop an egg in there, but with a little bit less white, just the yolk. And there you go, we've got this beautiful flour sausages that you can, well, eggs, flour, sausages. You can do with these whatever you want. Okay, now to peel a ginger, take a spoon and just scrape it across the surface. It's the best way to remove the ginger skin, and you just have no waste. You get in all those nooks and crannies and just use all the ginger you need. Now, a bell pepper, cut the top off like this, and then cut a slice, and then we're going to place this into a pan. And again, we're going to add an egg into the middle, because that's what we do in this video. We just add eggs into stuff and then cook it, and boom, here we go. You can do the same with an onion too. Now, take an egg, crack it open into a glass, and then we're gonna add a little bit of milk, and we're gonna give it a little swirl. And once it's nice and mixed up, we're gonna place this into the microwave. Yes, again, microwaved egg. Now, put it for 2 minutes, and then you've got some scrambled eggs in the microwave. Isn't that cool? Quick, easy, and you don't have to wait. Now, take a strawberry, cut the top off. Well, that seems like a waste. Put a straw through the strawberry. It's almost like it was meant to be. And then you can just take the tops off like that. Boom. It's like it was meant to be. Strawberry, well, you get it. Anyway, now, chip packet. Okay, we're gonna make a little cut in the middle, and then we're just going to curl outwards. Now, why would we do this? Well, once you get to the big enough hole, this in itself makes a bowl. You don't have to ruin some piece of equipment that you're gonna have to wash. You can just do this with a chip packet, and boom,